Tonight, problems at coronavirus testing sites, double bookings, long lines, and technical issues. Some people say they waited for hours in the blistering heat. Thank you for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Catherine Garcia. 3 new testing centers opened today, one of them at the Grossmont College campus. During this first day, there were reports of delays at all of the sites in San Diego County. One woman we spoke with at the Escondido location says there was no water or restroom, and she had been waiting for 2 hours. A county source says the testing sites had issues with their printers, so then the paperwork wasn't getting signed by patients. And at the Escondido location, people waiting in line were offered this explanation for the delay.
There were 2 links for you to sign up for this location. So what happened was that we got actually double staffed with patients.
These sites are run by the California Department of Public Health. If you'd like to get tested, you do need to make an appointment online. We've posted a link at NBC7.com. Just click on the words test sites on the trending bar on our homepage. Today, county leaders approved a guide on reopening local businesses. That guide includes making sure employees are using personal protective equipment, controlling how many people are entering a facility, ensuring physical distancing for employees and customers, training employees and making sure they're following the rules, and finally enhancing cleaning and sanitation in the workplace. As for the numbers today, local leaders reported 140 new cases. That's out of 2,306 positive tests. It's a 6% positive test rate, slightly down from yesterday. In total, there are 4,160 cases. Officials also reported 6 additional deaths. That brings the total in this county to 150 people. Governor Gavin Newsom says everything is on the line as California starts to slowly reopen. He held his daily briefing from a small business in Sacramento today called Display California. It makes state-themed products. Now, like many small businesses here in San Diego County, it's relying on reopening Friday and restarting its economy with curbside pickup only and safe distancing for workers. The governor said those safety measures will be crucial to reducing the risk of spreading the virus.
It's the spirit of collaboration and cooperation that is necessary as we move forward. And again, I want to express gratitude to folks in Ventura, San Diego, LA, and elsewhere that also offered guidance and assistance on some of their best practices.
The governor said it's important for everybody to know we are not going back to the old normal on Friday. We're going to a new normal with modifications until we get immunity and a vaccine. A paraglider slammed into a creek behind Mission Bay High School today, and lifeguards are giving credit to a good Samaritan, a retired military man with flying experience, for saving him and pulling the injured pilot out of the water. The pilot went crashing down about 11:15. At the same time, several people were at a nearby dock fishing, and they saw it all.
More of a shock that it happened. I try to ask him, a few questions to try to assess what was going on. Did he have a stroke? Did he have a heart attack? What caused him to come down like that?
The unidentified pilot was taken to Scripps Hospital with serious injuries. Still no word on what caused him to crash in the first place. The heat could pose a problem for a lot of people this week. The pandemic means a lot of our typical cool zones, places like libraries, are closed. In Ramona today, temperatures reached 90 degrees. Some people we spoke with were there. They were cooling off with spray bottles and trying to stay in the shade as much as possible. Which brings us to your first alert forecast. Here's Dagmar.
Looking at your temperatures for today. Today, Wednesday, and Thursday, you're looking at some of the warmest temperatures across the region. So to the west of the mountains, there will be some partly cloudy skies with some higher clouds streaming through really all the desert southwest, but that will still leave you with mostly sunny skies in the mid-80s, upper 80s along the coast. Inland valleys, mid-90s easily, mountains mid-80s, and the deserts you'll stay around that 106 to 110, maybe even 111 mark from Borrego Springs through to Ocotillo Wells. So the heat is on today. Keep that in mind that you need to seek some shelter, stay hydrated, make sure your pets and your livestock have the same chances.
In the Bay Area, robots and driverless cars are proving to be a difference maker during the pandemic. San Francisco startup Cruise is known for taking people from place to place without drivers, but these days it's delivering precious cargo with as little human contact as possible. Neuro Robotics from Mountain View is also using driverless tech during the time of coronavirus, delivering medical supplies to care facilities, even food. It's a way to use technology and keep your distance.
as we know, it's really important right now to have contactless delivery as much as possible. And so for us, it's kind of been a struggle to find volunteers and vehicles to do the delivery of meals.
A lot of these deliveries are made possible by charitable grants. Last month, 100,000 contactless food deliveries were made to people in the Bay Area this way. What a time when so many are feeling isolated. One local family is trying to spread a little joy while showing their strength of sticking together. This is the McCook family. All three boys, Ryan, Reese, and Gavin, had really long, beautiful hair. Their dad, Kevin McCook, has been battling stage 4 cancer, though, for 3 years. He's starting chemo again, and of course, one of the many side effects is losing hair. His 3 boys wanted to do something to show support for their dad, so they decided to all get the same haircut.
I feel great about this, like all of this. I love having my head shaved, easy when I get out of like a shower or the pool. And I think it's just really nice to be supporting my dad.
I do too. Well, the boys' mom, April McCook, is a hairstylist, and she's been out of work for the past 2 months, but she says they're really using this time to reconnect as a family. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in. If you listen to podcasts, be sure to subscribe to Insight from our Investigates team. They released a new episode this week related to the recent protests and the pressure to reopen the idle economy. Have a good night.